but whenever there's emergency down there, there's a problem. Well, okay. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, I'm going to call to order the meeting of the Town Center Committee for on March 28th, 2025. It is noon, and we are in the Matthew Thornton meeting room at the Town Hall, and we have a quorum of members. We're missing Dawn and Bill Wilkes, and Dawn had other more important things to attend to immediately, and Bill Wilkes is out of town. So I'll begin with I'd like to introduce our new member of the committee, Francis Ferrari. Love your last name. And yeah, it's good. And maybe, Francis, you'd like to say some things of what interested you in the committee, and we're happy to have you.
Well, I moved to New Hampshire and Merrimack in August of 2020. Found out about all of your...
Can you turn on the mic?
Oh.
There's a little button at the bottom.
No. I moved to New Hampshire in August of 2020 during COVID, and learned about all of the parks and trails and conservation areas that we have here in Merrimack, and found out about this committee, and it's something I thought I'd like to get involved in the town, and this works into my schedule for having the daytime meeting and another night meeting, which would probably conflict to other things I do, and I'm looking forward to it.
Good. Well, thank you. We're glad to have you aboard, and I'm sure you'll find things to do here that are interesting to you and improving the town center. If you remind me, I will send you the charge for this committee, our charter, if you will, is what we're supposed to be doing. But it's pretty much to provide for pedestrian access to the town center, and the town the council. The town council chartered the Nashua Regional Planning Commission to do a study of the town center in 2009. And as a result of that, they produced a report and a map and a plan for building sidewalks through the center of town. The center of town, by the definition, is the land along Route 3 between the old Rite Aid pharmacy and the Front Street, which is where the Dunkin' Donuts is, and east of the Turnpike and west of the river. So that's our center charter, and we have been trying to work toward building. I'll give you a set of our priorities, which we have from the committee has previously, you give it to her, set priorities for the different pieces of town. Right now, we're still in a piecemeal fashion in the center of town, so that's unfortunate. But anyway, that's what we're here about, and we're glad to have all the help we can get. Thank you. Leaving that, I will turn to the minute taker. Dawn did tell me that she would have her secretary do the minutes again, as she did last for us, and she's been doing a good job, and we're happy about that. And that saves one of us from trying to struggle with the minutes while we're attending the meeting, which is not easy to do. The next item on our agenda today is approval of minutes of January 24th, which was our last meeting, 2025. I sent them around to everyone, and does anyone have any desires? and I would entertain a motion to approve those minutes as submitted, if you are so inclined. All right, Matt,
Yes,
yeah,
I'll make a motion to approve.
you made a motion to approve, seconded by Finley. Anybody need more time or ready to go? Ready to go, Nick? Yes,
No, I don't need more time. I was ready to vote.
you, okay,
Oh,
then.
you already voted, huh? You jumped the gun.
I was ready to vote, yeah.
Okay, well, I'll call the question. All those in favor of the motion to approve the
Now
minutes?
you raised the
Yes.
hand.
Okay, thank
Now
you.
put it down.
And-
Thanks, Matt.
No problem.
Who made, it was Matt that made it,
Yes.
and Nick seconded it, right?
No.
Oh, no, Finley seconded it.
Nick just voted
I-
early.
I voted early.
Oh, okay.
I was putting in a mail-in ballot.
Yeah. He felt the pressure.
Oh, they're not legal anymore. If it gets here after the meeting starts, it doesn't count. We'll turn now to the agenda again, and old business discussions, which is item 5 on the agenda. We had a letter of support to the DOT for the sidewalk on Babusick Lake Road. We have well, I'll let Dawn talk about it, or Dawn's representative talk about it, but basically, this is the next TAP grant that we're applying for, and this is the sidewalk on Babusick Lake Road, on the north side of Babusick Lake Road, between the library and the new bridge that's going to be constructed over the Effie Everett Turnpike on Babusick Lake Road. So, Nick, did you want to fill us in on what Dawn might have?
Sure, so Dawn told me that there was no update. She felt that it could be April or May before we hear a decision. That's the notes that she gave me.
Okay, April or May.
Could be.
Yeah,
And I'll just add in that there was a presentation done at NRPC, for all the TAP grant applications, and so Don came and did that and presented, and I think it went over pretty well.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
just adding that.
I understand there's more applicants than money, as usual.
Yeah, usually there's the whole pool of, applications, and it's
Yeah.
like, okay, well, who's it gonna be? We can only pick a couple of projects to actually
Yeah.
get funded.
Yeah.
So,
I'm also worried, I have not heard, maybe you have, if there's any change in available TAP grant monies with the new administration and all the deletions going on.
I haven't heard anything in regards to that.
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
Generally, I think transportation money has, for the most part, remained untouched,
Yeah,
except maybe if it has to do with electric vehicle infrastructure. But
okay.
no news for
Well,
that.
keep your ear to the ground.
Yeah.
Let's hope it doesn't go away. Have you heard anything? No,
Haven't heard of that.
no, yeah. They'll get down to us
Just from
eventually.
the library.
What's that?
Nothing that would pertain to us. I've heard from the library that there, some things were eliminated that they believe will cause harm to them. But that's all I've heard.
That it would cause harm to.
Yeah, the only thing that I've heard of the downsizing of our government was I received an email from the library where they've had, at the state level, have had funding cuts that they believe will have a negative impact, but I've heard nothing that would have to do with our committee and the things
I
we
Yeah.
work toward.
Okay, thank you. Keep your ear to the ground. We'll write our letters of support. Okay, was there anything else that Dawn left you with, Nicholas?
Not in regards to that.
No.
That
Yeah, she's
item.
got another down number F there.
Yep.
Well, let's continue on with the Winter Carnival went off and in February, early February this year. who, Tyrrell was there.
I was there, yeah.
Maybe you could explain to what happened, or what your take on what happened.
I thought it was well attended, and
Yeah.
you know, we were positioned right next to the Conservation Commission table, so it was nice talking to them and
Mhm.
you know, hearing about their
We were near the
things in the
s'mores
work.
too.
What's that?
We were near the s'mores.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we were within smelling distance of the s'mores and the baked goods, so
Yeah.
that was convenient.
Yes.
The hot chocolate, yeah.
Yeah.
So that was nice.
Okay.
I brought some Tootsie Pops to hand out, and we had an updated map to show at the table
Yeah.
of you know, showing that the Sohegan River Trail has been
Being
completed.
complete, yeah.
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 Perfect.
You were there too, Finley, and I couldn't stay, but you,
I think we crossed paths as you were heading out, I was heading in.
right, right.
And it was a 3-hour event, was it not?
Yes, it
Because I got
went,
there for the last hour, I think.
it was noon till 3 is
Yeah.
when it was, yeah.
And Tyrell had told me that it had slowed a bit, but it still seemed like it was at a reasonable pace of people coming through.
Yeah.
And it's always been a good event. anyhow.
Yeah.
So as long as the weather cooperates,
The
it's easier
wind,
for us to be
yeah.
participants.
Wind whips through there.
Yes, it can.
Yeah, but we had snow anyway. That was Matt Kasparius's concern, was that we would not have any snow, and it turned, and so he did it early, and by gosh, he was right.
He got it. He
Yeah.
hit a home run.
Yeah,
The only thing I was concerned about was watching those kids slide down that sledding hill.
yeah,
And there's a berm, I think it separates the swings or whatever
Yeah.
from the
Yeah.
hill. And the snow had worn away from that. And these kids are running into that hard and just running back up to do it again.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I guess I'm old enough to where I've forgotten what it was like.
You didn't give it a try, Finley?
No,
Oh,
not,
all right.
things break these days. So.
Part of the fun.
Oh,
yeah,
Yeah.
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 Good. Well, you still have the handouts. Do you not have the extra handouts from the?
I brought that stuff back to the town hall. So
Which part of the town hall?
it was that office. What's that? It's like
Becky's
the
office?
town administrator office. Yeah.
Yeah, right over here, Nelson, I believe. Becky's office.
Becky,
Sharon.
you brought it to Becky,
Yeah,
okay,
there you
all
go.
right. Just so I know where it is, I'll stop by and see her. Make sure. Yeah.
That's what you mean, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, that was the
Yeah.
new map,
And your
and,
little briefcase thing. That was.
oh yeah, that had the handouts in
Yeah.
it. We made a handout to show people where the trails go and what ones are complete and which ones are not. So that was good to, it was good that we were able to support it, and thank you guys for showing up for it. I just couldn't hang in there.
He carried the load.
Well, he enjoyed it too. He met a lot of new people and a lot of nice people, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's good to get out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Good. We'll have another opportunity to do that later in the summer, as the 4th of July. The next item on our agenda is the status of the Church Street survey, Church Street property survey, I should say. And did Dawn leave you anything on that, Nick?
There's no update on the Church Street property. That's what she gave me.
Yeah. Okay, any plans or any prospects for when it might be done? Oh,
I'm just passing along the message.
I was hoping you had
Yeah.
another sentence or two.
TBA. To be announced.
Okay. Just for Francis's benefit, the plan is to go forward with discontinuing Church Street as it connects to Route 3, where it comes down that steep hill behind the new restaurant there. And we've, the council commissioned Dawn to go get a survey, right? Or they wanted to see some different alternatives.
How to best deal with the traffic that will be up there, that's already up there with the adult community center, with the restaurant, and the residents that live up there, as well as the church, parking area, the backside of the
Yeah.
Congregational Church. And, some of the early concerns were the fire department, and they said they're not concerned, they can get up there going through the library or the other way, it doesn't matter to them. And so, the buses for the adult community center meet, I think at Town Hall here, they don't have the bus when they go on trips.
Yeah, we usually either meet, sometimes we do meet at the church parking lot, but most of the time it's over at MYA.
And I'm like, okay. And
Yeah.
so that wasn't deemed to be too much of an issue, that couldn't be handled.
Yeah.
And so she's gonna be coming back with, some ideas and concepts because we have to make the decision to close it. And, so we want the public input, and especially from the neighbors up there, which we've had this conversation a few years ago. And,
Where are the plans to close it?
where?
Yeah, what, the whole thing?
Just
From
the
Butcher
entry,
Garden
just,
down?
no, just from,
Just-
Route 3, where it enters Route 3.
Up to
No,
the
it's just
top
gonna
of the
be,
hill?
yeah, to the top of the hill, yes.
Yes,
Yeah, it's not gonna be going down the hill
Right,
anymore.
right.
yeah.
Yeah, I never drive that.
Oh, see, it's,
Or we-
Matt just said, I use that still, and
I used that the other day, so it was like a
too.
neat little escape route for me, but it is challenging, I have to
It's-
admit.
It is.
Yeah.
it is an
When you get to the
awkward-
bottom of that line of sight,
You
over
can't
left
see.
shoulder, I'm not as, flexible anymore.
Yeah.
But that's a bit of an effort.
Yeah,
Right. And come from Route 3, I believe you can access it from either direction.
Yes.
Can.
And that southbound turn right up there is an awkward, real
That's
tough one.
hard, right?
And
Yeah.
some vehicles will surely bottom out doing that. But it's an awkward one, it's just kind of tradition, and it was closed for a very short period of time, as I remember, 25, 30 years ago,
yeah.
and everybody was all upset, so they took it back, if my memory serves me. But
Okay, well, for your information, Fran, as a subcommittee of this committee, I led a group that went and we surveyed, we talked to every homeowner out there. We talked to the church elders, the committee that runs the church, and we got everybody pretty much in the boat. But there's always one person who steps out afterwards and starts to complain. But it really is an unsafe road, and we need the space to make the sidewalk go north from the library up to Wire Road. And the state is going to do that as part of the next thing that Nick is going to talk about. Almost.
Briefly, but yes.
Okay, the next, any questions or comments from the committee on that? And then the school master plan status.
Yeah, well, in looking at all the items going on in that area, the high school complex, I think the emerging need is to redo O'Gara Drive, because it has natural speed bumps in it right now, so we don't have to worry about traffic
I
going too
hit it this morning.
You hit
No,
it this
was there,
morning?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Do I owe you some money? I'll write you a check for the school. Anyway, so yeah, that has to be done. When we do that, we're gonna be doing the sidewalk. So that's gonna be a proposal to the school board for, for next year's budget.
Well, will it be on the agenda for this year's budget vote?
No,
No,
no, it's too late. We're done.
yeah.
Yeah. So
Okay.
25, 26, that's gone. We're talking about 26, 27.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, is there any movement on the administration building?
At this time, no. We
No.
do have a capital reserve account that we're setting up. It's $500,000 in there. We'll see how the voters
Yeah,
act on that.
Yeah.
And if they do, we can start building that reserve up over the years, as the town does with their capital reserve accounts.
yeah,
And we'll approach it in that
Yeah.
kind of area. But, yeah, capital reserve account for the SAU building, see how that goes. And if it goes well, maybe we'll continue that along for a couple of years
yeah,
to build up some money to do something in that,
Yeah.
in that area.
Mhm.
But the emergent need is O'Gara Drive right now, as I
Okay.
see it,
yeah,
because it's a train wreck right now. And we've asked Dawn to come by with her crew.
That's what I was getting ready to
And-
ask you. If you
yeah.
might I know it's two different entities, but it's something like that.
We
should be
work hand in hand.
Easy fix for,
Yeah. Yeah, so the highway is supposed to come by probably in April sometime and fill some of those potholes for us.
Yeah, okay, there's potholes in.
Oh, there is
O'Gara-
potholes, yes.
Yeah, okay.
There's frost heaves, there's
gotta be
potholes.
5 or 6 inches deep, that
Yeah.
the first one.
The first one, yeah.
It's deep.
It's
And
deep.
I see it there. It's not my first trip this morning there, but
Yeah,
Yeah.
today I decided to hit it.
yeah.
Yes,
Oh, you hit it.
Yeah,
you do.
Yeah,
my wife hates it when I do stuff like that. Yeah. So that's kind of where we're at. That's the
Yeah.
emergent need,
Yeah.
so that'll take care of the sidewalk piece.
yeah.
'Cause there's no sense in paving that road, and while you have it all torn apart, not redoing the sidewalk.
Well, I do the sidewalk at the same time. That would be
Absolutely.
great if they
Yeah.
could do that.
So that's what my thinking is.
Yeah,
Mhm.
but that's a warrant article, a separate warrant?
I don't know if it'd be a warrant article. It's gonna be some money. So it could be a
Yeah.
warrant article, it could be in
Yeah.
the operating budget, but I'm thinking, because it is money, it's real money. I mean, talking probably 800,000, 900,000, maybe $1 million to do that. It probably would be
Yeah.
a warrant article, I would say.
Yeah,
That would be my recommendation. I can't
Yeah.
speak for the board, because we haven't even talked about this with them, but
okay.
that would be my recommendation, to
Yeah.
approach it in
Yeah.
that manner.
Okay. Any questions for Matt on the O'Gara Drive or and the school master plan in general? Town center video, the town center videotaping by the media center. What's
So
going on?
what I think the next project we would probably cover extensively is the Wire Road Babusick Bridge intersection, once that gets going.
The Wire Road, Babusick Brook. Oh, okay, that piece of.
Right.
Yeah.
I could see us doing something on that. But also with the warmer weather here, I think that I'll probably send out some staff to get photographs and video of just the town center being used and photos of
Yeah.
Watson Park and stuff, so.
Yeah. Now, are you aware of the work that Terrell did last fall with the bicycle counting?
Yes, because he talked about it at the meeting,
Yeah,
at one of the meetings. yeah.
if you can work that, I don't know if you got a plan to,
Well, those counters are actually out right now. Last week I installed them, so we've got them at the same 4 locations as I did last fall. So we've got it at the, along the Sauhegan River Trail and where it gets to that chain link fence and it goes underneath the highway, and at the entrance of Wildcat Falls, and then at the entrance of the Twin Ridge Road trail that goes down to Twin Bridge Park. So those counters are out right now.
Maybe we can plan something, Tyrell, maybe we could do something together.
Okay.
yeah, it'd be good to,
Maybe explaining what the bike counters are for and maybe how which trails can be used by bikes and which cannot.
Okay.
Something to think about.
okay.
We can
Right.
brainstorm something.
Yeah, and I'm planning to bring them back out again, either in the summer or the fall. Well, I'd have to look at my notes, but
Are you doing that in your capacity as part of the NRPC?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah. So I move those around to different sites every 2 weeks. So trying to hit a lot of
Well,
different.
maybe the
locations.
video could be something about using the trails in the town center for bikes, but will include you in it. So it won't necessarily be just about
Yeah.
the NRPC and tracking those bikes, but.
Are there some kind of rules I know people have talked about, but I don't know if the council has done anything to
On the
make-
new trail, bikes aren't permitted, or they're discouraged, or you have to walk with them.
But it's just that kind of boardwalk section,
That
right?
one section, so
Like going through the woods, you can ride your
you
bike.
can, yeah.
Yeah.
And it's also the sluice way where the concrete
Yeah.
wall was, it's I think an inch too short or something.
Right.
And so, you know, they should be wearing helmets anyhow, right? But anyhow, no.
I wear a helmet. I wear a helmet when I'm on my bike.
Yeah.
Most people do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's kids, yeah, but they're not tall as grown-ups, so they won't hit their heads on the ceiling,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah, but it seemed, if I remember, it's been a couple months since I've been out on the walkway there. the signs were kind of adamant, no bikes, but I've always believed that if it's a walking situation, they don't want you running into the railing, going over, or whatever, but
Yeah,
I think the signs are kind of explicit.
Yeah, it says no bikes allowed, but like, if you're walking your bike,
It
that's,
should be considered okay.
yeah, that's the
I'm with it,
loophole.
I mean, I definitely am, so.
Right, yeah.
yeah, you want to be able to use bikes, especially on the open trails above, that
Right.
go up to the falls.
A lot
Yeah.
of people have those bikes for that
Mhm.
purpose, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, well, I'm
I'll
planning on
I'll send
picking
you-
those counters up again on Friday and taking them to new locations next
Friday the 4th?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, wait, actually, I don't know, because I gotta go to Concord for a meeting that Friday also. Let's get in touch and
Yes.
figure out what to do, yeah.
I'll send you an email.
Okay, cool.
okay, just let me know and I'll put it
I will.
in the minutes, what it is you,
But yeah,
yeah,
in terms of videos, I think a biking in the town center, we could do a video about that, or just, taking advantage of the trails and everything else, but including bikes. And then if we get a sound bite from Tyrell and some B-roll of
yeah.
you counting, how many bikes are passing through, that'd be great.
Yeah,
Be
sure.
great
Yeah.
info to have anyhow for us. So I'll send an email on that. And then we plan on doing something once that intersection project gets started, whenever that may be.
Okay,
That's it for me.
Is that supposed to start this year,
Which,
or is that next year?
Is it next year?
which intersection?
The Wire Road
I
Babusick
believe-
Bridge?
I believe they're starting the engineer, they're beginning engineering this year, I believe this, and then next year they're gonna start.
it's my understanding it was
construction.
going
Okay.
out to bid for construction next January, February.
Oh, gotcha. So that's a while, so, okay.
That's
It's
the
a
bit,
while, it's
right
flying
now,
by.
there's still,
It's a year
well,
away.
they're still doing the design.
Gotcha.
The last I heard from Dawn was that it was in the process of design.
Well,
by
I
the
have
engi-
I have an update on that if you want to
Yes, go for it.
move right into that. So it's moving forward slowly through the design. So yeah, they're in the design process of that. Still in the design
Okay.
process.
Really succinct updates from Dawn. That's great.
Did she say anything about the Babusick the Babusick Road Bridge over the turnpike? Is that,
The footbridge?
no, the
Pebbles Lake Road.
the Babusick Lake Road Bridge
Oh,
over the turnpike?
is that the easement?
No, it's not the easement, it's the design and, of the bridge.
I don't have any notes on that.
Yeah,
I don't have
Okay.
any notes on that.
I have to have another meeting.
This was a quick phone call.
Thanks for what you did. It was,
Sure.
every bit helps. Any questions for Nick or Dawn, I should say, on these two items, the Wire Road and Babusick Brook bridges? That's one project. And that's the project that I talked about, that last I heard from Dawn was that it was going to go out for bid in early 2026.
Okay.
And I don't know if that's holding or not.
If
but
there's
we'll-
any questions, I'll certainly pass them along to her.
Sure, yeah. Thank you. So that pretty much takes care of our old businesses. For new business today, we've got, we had a request for an easement on Babusick Lake Road,
Yeah.
which Matt Chevanel was involved in, and I think we got the answer last time, but
Well, I can confirm. I think Don went ahead and put the sign up on the request from the state for the easement. I know I did for the schools. Got a check for $500. They're gonna disturb like 65 square feet of
yeah,
land that we own.
Yeah.
So for the privilege of doing that, the state gave us $500. So
yeah. Well, that was
There it
very
is.
nice, except it doesn't build much sidewalk.
well, I know it doesn't build much. So I
$500.
can't put that into the sidewalk reclamation fund. It's not gonna get us anywhere. But yeah, that's approved, right?
Yeah,
From our
and
standpoint.
from the town, I think it was like, as I recall, it was like 1,100 feet, probably at the
Yeah.
PD.
Yeah. Okay, well, I guess we're all set with that. We don't need to be discussing it any further. We don't have any action that towns asked to do, or do we?
I was just wondering if there was plans on what that's going to look like.
The easement that they're taking?
Yeah.
It's just,
I know the easement, but what is the scope of work gonna be? What's it gonna look like when it's done? Do they have drawings yet, do you know?
they did have preliminary stuff, but I don't, and it did show where the sidewalks were going to.
Yeah.
And they, because they're having a temporary easement for the bridge, so it can remain open while they're doing the work.
Yeah.
But I don't remember exactly where
Yeah.
that went to.
I'll talk to Don. It's not,
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Sorry.
no, it's all right, thank you.
All right, the other thing is still open is the status of the footbridge over the Sauhegan River. You were asking about that earlier, and there was a woman who came here, Mrs. Cassell, who was very interested in having that happen, and she was going to get together with somebody from this committee. I don't remember who it was that was going to meet with her, and she was very interested in seeing that move forward because she lives on the other side of the Sauhegan River, and she couldn't get to downtown without this footbridge. There's a footbridge that's in place but not usable. It's right under the Effie Everett Turnpike Bridge over the Sauhegan River. And that bridge, after we got it all installed and spent a year plowing salty snow on it, is deteriorated to the point that it's considered unsafe. So,
You see that on the trail, right?
yes, yeah, you
Right,
can you can see it. And we've even got a plaque there dedicated to Merrill's. I've forgotten his what?
Merrill's Marauders?
Yeah, Merrill's Marauders, and he later became the head of DOT for the state of New Hampshire. But he was one who built a bridge while a prisoner of war with the Japanese. And it was an interesting story. And there's a plaque there we got made, and put up, but nobody could read it.
Yeah, because it is unsafe.
Yeah,
Lasted about 10 years, I think. I think we bought that bridge for like $10,000, had it shipped over here. I think the state put it on, they built the abutments and set it on it.
yes,
And so it was a great deal, but nobody realized the deterioration that would occur because of the
yeah,
de-icing agents that they use, the state does, and when they plow over the bridge, it just goes right over into the river, or on
Yeah.
top of that bridge.
yeah.
So,
You put a little roof on it, that's all.
gonna have to, the next iteration has to contemplate that.
Yeah,
Would it have to go in the same place?
Actually, there's not been.
it could.
It-
There's abutments there and everything, so you don't need any concrete work to put a new one in. You just pick the old one off and put
Right.
another one on.
But it's,
The abutments are there.
right, but it is still the nuisance of the de-icing stuff, but I think it was during goal setting, we were chatting about it, and there was conversation about possible, very informal, so nothing,
Yeah,
no thought, real heavy thought's been put into it, but moving up towards the highway garage, it's a longer span, as I recall, and it would definitely cost more money, but it would get it away from the bridge.
And that'd be like way over on the other side of Wildcat Falls, too,
Yes.
right?
yeah.
It would
so-
be
Yeah,
upstream, I guess.
yes.
Yeah.
The highway garage is upstream from Wildcat Falls. Yeah. Well, I think where it is the good location from the point of view of the people who live in that area that want to use it.
Yeah,
And,
yeah.
and the structure, everything's
the
there that you
abutments are
need,
there,
so,
yeah. Yeah. And we don't need to build additional trail, 'cause
Because it's
Yeah.
all connected, yeah.
yeah. Okay. And finally was, the 4th of July is coming up. We don't need to make any decisions about it, but I think we want to consider supporting the 4th of July through a booth at the pancake breakfast, which is what we've done in the past. We have our booth and our map and plans and handouts, and everybody who comes in says, "Oh, what a great idea! Let's do it."
And then that's where reality starts hitting. I always would enjoy assisting on that, but as you might recall, I have 6 grandsons and a granddaughter under 11 and under, and herding them is, it's something like that would make it so I really couldn't do justice to sitting. I would visit you guys, but trying to help out, it's chaos.
If you visit us, we're happy,
Oh.
Finley. You represent us on the council.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's very kind, Nelson. That's the easy lift. The heavy lift is everything else. But
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and I'm sorry to say I'm actually gonna be out of town for
Yeah.
4th of July this year, so,
Okay.
yeah. Gonna be backpacking with my brothers out in California.
Oh, awesome.
Oh, good.
Spectacular.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, if either of you guys, you two want to join me, I'll be there for sure. I do that one.
If France is around, she might enjoy doing it.
Yes.
I have 2 granddaughters who are 7 and 9, and I don't know what their schedule is yet.
Yeah, I'm
It's
more
early,
than
but
bored with
just-
it.
But I, if I can, I'd consider
Sure,
doing
yeah,
that.
Yeah.
it's fun if you were around and not
Yeah.
busy. It's always an enjoyable day because there's a ton of people show up.
Yeah. Yep. And everybody thinks it's a good idea. But they don't get to vote on the money.
Well, they do.
Well, they do, yeah, yeah. Must be different people that come to the town meeting.
Isn't that the case?
Yeah, yeah. Well, that's all I have for new business. What about any other business that anybody would like to bring up? And we're a little short of information from Dawn, but there isn't much for us to do.
I tried.
You did, thank you. Thank you, appreciate it.
Wonderful job.
Well, about that footbridge, I mean, how much research and how much information, like, do we need to get ahead of time? And I don't know, is there anything we should be doing in anticipation of that, or is that like, let's get the sidewalk built and then we'll worry about the footbridge and,
Well, I think we're gonna go ahead with as much sidewalk as we can.
But as far as the footbridge, I believe it's in the 10-year plan, I guess,
oh, okay.
towards the end of it, so I don't know.
Oh, yeah, actually. That
Yes,
sounds
that's right,
Yeah.
that's
So
right.
it's going to happen, it's just a matter
Yeah,
of time.
and I think if my
Yeah.
memory, at this point, it would probably be 8 years out, I think, because they told us it was,
Yeah.
Don told us it was 10 years a little bit
was-
ago. So it's 8 or 9 years out,
Yeah, it's into the thirties.
yeah. Because we
Thir-
always
thir-
try and go for those grants if they're available, and who knows? Although transportation, maybe it is safe, but
Yeah, maybe,
maybe.
Maybe,
yeah.
All right.
Okay. Anything else anybody would like to bring up or discuss or consider before we consider our next meeting?
I had some comments about the next meeting date.
Well, let's hear them.
I'm just jumping right ahead on things today, I guess.
Sure.
Trying to vote the minutes early and, Dawn had suggested skipping April and having a meeting in May. And I tend to agree with her. I don't know if we necessarily have to meet in April.
We don't have that much going on that we can get our teeth into.
So if you wanted to do, May 16th,
All right,
'Cause
let's see.
I think if we were to wait, the 23rd is the Friday before Memorial Day, that could be dicey for anyone who's
Yeah, that
taking any time
that
off.
would be
Same thing with the
bad.
following week. So May 16th, if that could work.
May 16th will make it. Is that okay with everybody? Yeah.
I'll make the motion to adjourn,
We have,
I'll second.
in spirit of jumping ahead.
Nick and Daryl.
I'm on the ball. It's been a long week.
Okay, we've got a motion made and seconded to adjourn. Do we have all those in favor of that motion?
Aye.
Aye? Aye. All in favor.
Great.
Thank you for coming.